holiday celebrated by Mexican and Hispanic communities to honor loved ones that have passed away. So it's kind of a combination of like ancient traditions as well as Catholic Christian traditions, because it is celebrated on All Souls Day. So Dia de los Muertos translates to Day of the Dead. So it's a day to remember and celebrate loved ones that have passed away. So it's not necessarily a somber occasion. It's bright and vibrant with colors and festivities.
Yeah, no, Dia de los Muertos has a very, very long history in Mexico and in the U.S. specifically. It's not as it's fairly more recent, right? Because even though, like I said, in Mexico and in border areas of the United States, this has a longer history. The celebration for Dia de los Muertos really became very, very popular throughout the United States. I would say through the resurgence in the arts that we saw with the advent of the Chicano movement, particularly in California and the border states, because that was a movement that really focused a lot in creating new iconographies. And one of the iconographies that they tapped into as they were finding, or as they were kind of like producing their own art and finding the unique way that they ended up using throughout the movement, is the Dia de los Muertos iconography.
So traditional ofrendas have a variety of different kind of traditional items that are placed on them. So food. This is obviously not real food, but food is placed on the ofrenda for like a favorite food of the person that you're honoring. And then the candles, obviously, symbolizing, light and reverence, and, candles are kind of a universal. But lots of candles, and then the marigolds, and then the butterflies, especially the monarch butterfly, represents like the spirit of loved ones that have passed away. So it's like a symbol of that connection to the beyond. And then of course, like the photographs of the loved ones. This is our community altar. So folks from the Oshkosh community have submitted photos to include on the ofrenda to honor their loved ones that have passed away. And then we had a partnership with Val Phillips Middle School and their Spanish classes to have students create their own like mini ofrendas that we were able to display.
is really interesting, and I've learned about it through my global academy for like 4 years now. So I called my friends up and just asked them to come check it out with me because it's in our city.
And what is one fun thing that you've done today?
All my arts and crafts.
Beautiful. And what is a cool thing that you've learned?
I like learning about like all the culture and all the dances that they put behind it, and the ofrendas that can really be made for any one of your loved ones, and like all the different interests that each person has.
We're taking 4 sheets of tissue paper, which are different colors. Then we're folding them like an accordion or like a fan. We take a pipe cleaner and twist it around to create a stem and a middle of the flower. And then we separate them and separate each individual layer. And with any luck, they turn out looking like that.
And you fold it over 2 times, and then you take a pair of scissors and you cut it just like you were making a snowflake, like you used to when you were a child. After that, you unfold it, and here is your design. And what we're having the children do here, we're having them take a piece of string and taping this on a piece of string. And voila.
I think this year is particularly special in the way that we've deepened more connections and collaborations with the community, working with UWO's Chicano Latinx program, Vel Phillips Spanish classes, bringing in additional dancers and singers from the community. It's just been, we've been collaborating more and bringing more people into the fold to celebrate this wonderful event. So I think we've added even more community connections, which is really important, I think, to the success of the event.
¿Cuál fue tu parte favorito de la celebración?
Creo que mi parte favorita de la celebración fue ver a los niños chiquitos bailando en el baile folclórico. El niño más chiquito parecía tener unos 3, 4 años, entonces es bonito ver a generación en generación pasar sus costumbres y tradiciones del día de su familia, del Día de los Muertos.
What was a fun thing that you did at the celebration?
So we went to paint rocks to make them into skulls, and we watched some mariachis and some folk dances, and we also made some paper flowers.
My favorite part of the event, I guess, it's seeing people celebrating together. Really, this is a particularly difficult time for the Latino community in the United States, and to be able to bring not only Latinos, of course Latinos too, right, but everybody who participated in this series of events today to come together and celebrate and show interest and pride and excitement about the community that we have here today in Oshkosh and in the state of Wisconsin. That is, I think, my favorite part so far.
Do you think it's important to celebrate Dia de los Muertos?
I think it's important because it's a celebration that many people in our community and around the world partake in, and so offering an opportunity for people of different cultures and different backgrounds to come together and kind of understand a little bit more about what Dia de los Muertos is all about, because Dia de los Muertos in general is pretty happy, right? It's a pretty festive celebration. So I think just the awareness, giving people the opportunity. I love that it's free and everyone has access to come, from the food to the music to the crafts to everything. It's just a cultural awareness that I think is really rewarding for everyone to participate in.
Honestly, I hope that people leave the event with a bunch of questions, with maybe a little bit more interest in the things. It's not necessarily that we have something in mind that I hope that they take away this from, right, the event, or that they learn the history specifically. It's more of, we are providing as many opportunities for people to ask themselves questions, right? How come this is happening here? Where is this from? Like, why did they do it like this? And why Oshkosh, right? So all these questions are fair questions, they're good questions, and what we're trying to do, at least from my end and the perspective that we're taking at the university, is to invite people to explore new ideas, and for people who are already familiar with this, right, to get connected in a deeper level, right, to take away new ways in which we are trying to present these celebrations that are already fairly known, right? And to make them available for everybody. This was a free event. This is open and still is open to anybody and everybody. So I think what we want is people taking away this idea that if you want to be involved, you can, absolutely can.